Happy Tuesday. Welcome back to TLR, the Ludicrous Report, your favorite duo on the internet. Issa and Joey. What's going on, Issa?
Hi, Joey. How are you? I'm having all the technical difficulties. I don't know what the problem is today, but I'm going to try to make it through the stream.
It's okay. You know what? Part of what we talk about, part of what we present on this show is authenticity and the realness of our lives. And if that is part of what we're going to do, then it is what it is, you know?
I love your attitude because I'm frustrated as hell.
Well, hopefully this show and our chat can give you some positivity today on this wonderful Tuesday. First
Always.
off, how's the weather by you? Because it was cold today by me. I'm dressed for warmth today.
We have a heat advisory for the 300th day in a row. No. It's miserably hot here during the day.
You know, I said that too during the summer. I was like, oh, it's really hot. And then we had like a really cold day, and I was like, I retract that statement quickly.
Joe, you sweat inside the AC room. Like it's bad.
I get it. But you're going to Florida soon, right?
Yeah, on Thursday, I think I leave. I don't know. I should probably look at my itinerary. Because my nephew called me a little bit ago. He's like, "What are you getting here?" And I was like, "I don't know." So I should probably look at my itinerary and find out.
I wonder what foods or what places you're going to go to in Florida. Do you have anything planned outside of what you're going for?
Yeah, Legoland, because that's where my great niece's birthday is gonna be at. So I know I'll be there for sure. But I don't have a lot planned. I mean, my sister's gonna be there. I haven't seen her in over a year. There's another one of my nephews that I haven't seen in over almost 2 years. The middle nephew, the youngest one, can't make it. So I'm just super excited to get some quality family time. Two out of the three nephews is they're all in the military, so it's hard to get us all together because of our schedules. So just the fact that I'm gonna have two nephews and my sister there, that's already exciting. So we might make plans, or we might just end up all just sitting around talking crap like we always do.
That sounds fun. I mean, Legoland. Come on, Legoland.
Please.
Come on.
I was like, can I just stay back and decorate the house, because we're singing happy birthday after Legoland. So I was like, can I just be the one that stays back and decorates? And they're like, no, you have to go. And I'm
you
like,
have to participate.
I have to buy a ticket for some Peppa Pig something. Oh God, I'm gonna be so
that's a
out
little
of place.
excessive. Yeah.
I'm gonna be sending you pictures. Like, watch. I'm gonna be like, Joey, what am I doing here?
So you're going to Orlando.
Yeah.
That's like one of my favorite places in Florida.
I hate Orlando.
I'm gonna send you a list of coffee places in Orlando.
Please.
There's this one place that it's all over my Instagram. Every time I go, I follow them. So obviously that's why. But they do this coffee flight where they give you like 5 different types of coffee on a flight on a board.
You know, coffee's not on my diet, but I might break it and have one coffee while I'm out there.
Right.
We'll see.
That's right. That's right. You know, I always forget. I apologize.
It's all good. I'm hoping to be. I didn't get put out of it yet. I went to the doctor for a checkup. It's still probably another week, but I'm gonna be with the family. The diet will be broken. I already know it. Like it's at least one mistake. You know.
Yeah. No. Listen. You're on a trip, I guess you can call it. You're not on vacation, but you're on a trip. So
I'm having at least birthday cake. Okay, I don't care. Nobody can stop me from that. Unless it's chocolate. I don't like chocolate birthday cake. But if it's vanilla, it's over.
Yeah. No, I think that will be an exception. It's like when we went to Mom's Spaghetti. Like, come on.
Oh my God, but we paid now so hard. You more than me, though. You went back for a sandwich.
You know, I have a problem. I don't know what I can say. I eat like Peppa Pig, you know?
Joey and I proved our personalities, because Joey has always told me, he's like, oh, I can eat. And I always told Joey, oh, I can drink. We proved that night. He wanted to eat. I wanted to keep drinking. We did both.
Yeah,
we did plenty of both. So we were able to do both. But listen, we didn't really eat that much because we still ended up doing the regular serving, and we shared it of the spaghetti. But yeah, that was so funny. That sandwich, though, I've been thinking about. I'm not going back to Detroit for it, but I've been thinking about that sandwich. I need to recreate it.
Yeah, I definitely I kept telling you I was gonna make that at home, and I haven't done it yet. So maybe this weekend I'll.
But you
I'll
have
get to
to,
it.
I feel like you have to do it with like second day spaghetti.
Yeah,
Because like it's like for me it's like impossible to make like a small serving of spaghetti. Like every time I make spaghetti and I live alone, I could probably eat for like a week, but I sorry, not sorry, I don't eat reheated food. But like I feel like with spaghetti, that 2 day old like second day spaghetti with
yeah.
that garlic bread, that's how you recreate that.
I sent you a video the other day. I think it was on. I might have been on TikTok, and I told you that you and I were like the new tag team
You
champions.
feel me? You
I,
feel
wa-
me? You feel me?
I want to. I want to bring it up to our viewers in our chat because I think it's so funny. Like, so I sent Issa the clip of Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes in the media press conference after Fastlane, and just the
The vibes.
the vibes were like you and I sitting
Literally.
together, like just like literally you and I at SummerSlam sitting
That's how
side
we
by
talk.
side.
That's how we carry ourselves. Like, and of course, Joey's Cody. I'm Jay. You know,
Yeah.
I'm the one that's always half drunk, talking
You're like,
like
yo,
that.
yeet,
And
yeet.
then
And I'm like,
yeet
do
yeet,
you
and
feel
then
him,
do
sir?
you feel him, sir? That's literally that was how our conversations were. Like, as much as I don't like this, and we'll get into that in wrestling talk in my channel.
Yeah.
But as much as I don't like them as a tag team or champions, I don't think it makes sense. But I did love their vibe at the press conference, and it really did remind me of us because I'm a little bit more street than you are. You know, you feel me? You
I
feel
feel
me?
you. Do you feel me, sir? Do you feel him? Do you feel her,
So
sir?
so no, that could get ugly real quick. You had to get street and beat somebody up if you say that and somebody
Yeah.
takes it seriously. But it's very much our vibe. And when you sent me that, I was like, it
Yeah.
literally is us. It actually made the clips on my channel. It is now part of the lineup of
Oh,
clips.
I love it. Honestly, it was so great. Like I'm like not to go into wrestling, but like I wasn't really a fan of that either. But then seeing how like loose and like kind of like relaxed Cody became because of Jay, I thought it was a win just to see that in general.
It's the most fun that Cody has seen to me. To me,
Yeah,
because I always tell people, like, I think Cody does a lot for wrestling. I love what he does
yeah,
for the kids. I think the guy is just so dedicated. Like, he stays after every show signing autographs and all
yeah,
that. But to me, sometimes, sorry, not sorry, he comes off as a tryhard. And he
yeah.
didn't seem that way at all here. He
You're
was
just
just
hanging
having
out.
fun and hanging out. And I was like, if Jay's going to bring out a new side of Cody, while he's still Cody, let's see where it goes. So I did like that. It just felt that's how you do a press conference without it turning into brawl out. Like that's how you
Yeah.
do a fun, non-scripted. This probably was not supposed to happen. And then Triple H coming out and saying yeet
Yeet.
immediately after. Come on, these are things that you never think were gonna happen. So
Yeah,
it was fun. Like I was
yeah,
like, as much as I don't like the booking, the decision that they made that night, there
yeah,
were a lot of fun in that press conference, and it's getting crazy views for everybody that put up
yeah.
clips and everything.
Well, speaking of the dynamic of someone, making you feel cool, calm, collected, bringing the best out of you, let's get to our first topic. Let's talk about Eminem hanging out with his daughter at
I
a
feel
Detroit
so
Lions
old.
game. How great was that?
It's beautiful. Family day. They went to watch football together. Of course, they went to a Detroit Lions. Where else are they going to go, right? We're just talking
Yeah,
about how we visited Mom's Spaghetti in Detroit.
exactly.
But my God, every time, at one point, I think I had to stop following her on Instagram because she just makes me feel old. Because I've been listening to Eminem for so long. She was a
Yeah,
baby. Like when
yeah,
Eminem came into the scene and you hear some clips of her laughing with the little baby, like laugh. And now you see her, she's a grown woman. And it's just like, oh my God, like it makes me feel
yeah,
so old. But I've always loved the relationship that Eminem has with Haley, and not just
yeah,
Haley. He took on his niece, and we know the story.
yeah,
Like Eminem is an awesome dad, and as much as it was questioned in the beginning, like I know he has one of his lyrics is like, "I don't blame you. I wouldn't let Haley listen to me neither." Like he knew what he was doing,
yeah,
But like the one thing, no matter what you thought about him and Kim, yeah, they were toxic or whatever. But the one thing that has always been like established is that Eminem loves his daughter, and that's never gonna change. And it's so cool to see them now beyond like this. What she probably lives by herself. She's grown. She's going to
yeah.
college, and to see them have their family, like that daughter, like I'm a big fan, and not turning it back, we always turn it into personal, but I'm a big fan of that daughter dates. I still have
Yeah.
them with my dad. We're both grown, we're both old, and I always tell my dad, I'm like, listen, I lived in the States for 20 years, and now that I'm
Yeah.
back in Puerto Rico, I'm trying to make up for all those years that I wasn't here. Every time I
Of
say,
course.
man, I want to have a beer with my dad.
Yeah.
So I try to at least once every other week we have a spot. I have a spot with my dad where we go have a couple of
I
drinks.
love
We
that.
we get some appetizers and we just sit there and talk. And like even the people at the establishment, they're like crazy about it. They're like, "This is the cutest freaking thing ever," and like it's true. Like I think if you have that kind of relationship, like girls are dad's girls. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's so cool to see. It was cool to
Yeah.
see, but I did feel old.
Yeah, because I remember like first off, Mockingbird is one of my favorite like go-to
I
songs.
used to sing that to my nephew actually.
And like that song is about Haley. Like it's everything culminated into a song. And to see now, like wasn't she like engaged? Am I
I
going
thought she
crazy?
was engaged. Imagine having to ask Eminem for his daughter's hand. Like that is the scariest freaking thing in the world.
Yeah. Imagine how you feel if you were to say yes.
Yeah.
You got to feel like the biggest boss in the world. Like that's
No,
got to
you
be
had to
like
feel like, my God, I
I got
cannot.
the approval of
F-
Eminem.
no,
Like,
you're on watch for the rest of your life. You better not
yeah,
f this up.
yeah. You're gonna be like,
I like my dad's gone crazy. It completely opposite from Mockingbird, but
yeah.
I love that song.
They're gonna be out one day, and you're gonna see like Dr. Dre with like holes on a newspaper, like as a spy for Eminem. Like all his friends is out and about watching.
You know it. You know
Yeah,
it.
yeah. I've been a fan of Eminem. I don't even know how
I
long.
tell the story over and over again. I wish to meet him someday. He's on my bucket list. He taught me how to curse in English. And I know that's like completely random, but I learned English on my own, watching movies and music. I would translate the lyrics, and
Yeah,
all that. But I was listening to like Goody Goody Pop until Eminem popped up on my MTV with My Name Is, and I was like,
yeah,
what is this? And I love it. And
yeah,
that's probably why I'm a fan of later hip hop,
yeah,
because like I always tell people, I'm like, do you forget where I grew up? Like I grew up in a different culture, different music, different
yeah.
TV. But Eminem just completely changed me. My mom hated him. The first time I ever got in like real trouble with my mom was because I lied to her to go to an Eminem concert, because I told you this story
Yeah,
at Mom
yeah,
Spaghetti. Because if I told my mom I was going to an Eminem concert, she wouldn't let me. And this is
yeah.
like the beginning of the days Eminem when he was doing the Jason Mask and the overall concerts. If you know, you know. And yeah, so I would listen to his songs and I would translate them. And he taught I didn't know these words. He taught me how to curse in English, and that has been something that I probably should not learn, because now I curse way too much. But for his defense, because a lot of people are like, "Oh, he like my mom," and I'm like, "Mom, I curse just as much in Spanish. Like
Yeah.
I'm a potty mouth. I 100% admit it. But I curse in Spanish too. So it's like, don't
Yeah.
blame Eminem for me just having no manners. You feel me?
I, do you feel her, sir? I remember in like the early 2000s going from like the boy band stuff like NSYNC, Backstreet Boys,
And see,
Britney
Bastard Boy,
Spears,
Britney, Christina, to freaking
and all of a sudden I'm like
Eminem,
Slim
50
Shady.
Cent, Dr. Dre, and like the change was real.
Everybody wanted to shave their heads and bleach them. I did
Will the
that.
real Slim Shady please
Yep,
stand up?
yep,
Remember
yep.
that MTV Video Awards performance with all the guys that look like
All the guys
Eminem,
were,
like lined up? Oh my,
yeah,
Eminem is a legend. Excellent. Like the way the wordplay that Eminem has is just like
yeah,
on a different level. He will forever be a very, very influential figure in my life. And Joey knows, because as soon as we
yeah,
both said we're going to Detroit, I was like, oh, I have plans for us night one. And as soon as I told Joey like freaked out with me too.
yeah,
But he was like, "Oh my God, we have to." But I
yeah.
was like, I was I think I was more excited to go to Mom's Spaghetti than the rest of the trip. Like once I was like, this
Yeah.
trip has peaked when I was sitting there eating Mom's Spaghetti. Like the rest of the trip went incredible. Don't get me wrong, but
Yeah.
that was the moment that I was like, Detroit is just not a place that you say, I'm gonna take a vacation to Detroit. Like you
Yeah.
don't just go there. So when you have a reason to go there, I was like, I couldn't wait to go in. They did a pop-up shop in NYC, but you had to reserve your spot, and it was always full. I tried to go when they did the pop-up in NYC of Mom's Spaghetti, but it was impossible to get in.
Well, I'm already looking for fixtures and maybe like the Tampa area. So St. Petersburg, possibly.
We can go to the
So
budget inn. Long
yeah.
story. But yeah, I wanted to do a wall in my apartment and like hang up some albums that like I just absolutely love, and I
Yeah.
was like, oh my god, I have to hang an Eminem one in there, but which one? Because
Which one?
there's just like so many of them that were influential to me. But I don't know, I'm like, the Eminem show is one of my favorite. The Marshall Mathers or LP is one of my favorites. So we'll see. I might just have to like do like three of them, like, because yeah, I have a plan for my hallway wall to just have like music that has influenced my life. It's gonna look cool. We'll
I
get
think
in there,
so.
you know.
Yeah. It
By
is.
the time
Listen,
Joey comes visit me, the apartment will be 50% done.
honestly, by the time I get to Puerto Rico, I mean, we may have a new Universal Heavyweight Champion at that point.
Excuse me, that's never gonna happen. Don't play.
I
Don't
love
be
it.
playing.
I
Don't
love
be
you.
playing.
I love you.
I love
But
you.
speaking of influential, let's dive into this next topic. This is one that you sent me, and I saw it was from. It's obviously wrestling related, but it's
Yeah.
based on what we heard in the press conference after Fastlane.
Yeah.
I was surprised to see John Cena in that press conference to begin with, and he was asked about The Rock, not Taylor Swift. So I was very excited.
Shout out to Steve Fall. He's a good
Shout out to Steve. That that guy deserves
dude.
flowers. But
He's a hustler. Steve is a hustler. I first of all, I was like super proud because I think I sent you this from Variety. I was super proud to see the WWE press conference made it onto mainstream news because
yes,
I always go to the same sources to look for news for us.
yeah,
Usually my first go to is TMC, obviously,
MJ.
but I like to go to other places, people like whatever Variety, because sometimes I don't want to just TMC is very gossipy and I just want to
Yeah,
share like fun news too. And for me to see that and to see that the source was the WWE press conference, I was like, look at us.
yeah, killing it, love it.
Yeah. But they talked about obviously John Cena, and that Rock feud was so fueled with the Rock going to Hollywood and how he
Yeah,
left home to go to Hollywood. And now John Cena admitting that it was hypocritical on his end to call the Rock out on that. But if you remember the first feud with Cena and Roman, although people did think that Cena owned Roman in the mic, and I think Roman had a great comeback promo wise on their second feud
yeah,
round. But Roman did have one promo, I'll never forget it, where he came out. He was like, "Hey, guess what? John Cena's not here. He's in Hollywood." So I was like,
yeah,
I wish that we would have that kind of like karma reverse, like somebody played the
yeah,
reverse Uno card on him, because I don't know that he's such a hero, and I get it when he
yeah.
comes back, but nobody has ever given him the same crap that he gave The Rock during that 2-year feud, basically.
As a rebuttal to that, I think I know why. If you look at the run of The Rock in WWE, it was only like a couple of years. It
Yeah, because
wasn't
The
that.
Rock left on his peak while John Cena
Yeah.
kind of like spent 20 years with us before he decided to go and do other things.
So John Cena was there 10, 15 plus years before he left to Hollywood. So I feel like fans at least, kind of thought maybe John Cena like deserved the opportunity to go and do that. Plus, when the Rock left, he was like, "I'm leaving," and that's it. When Cena left, he he told he made it seem like oh, I'm going to do this to promote WWE. So I think it was a different
That's
like
cap. That's cap.
But honestly, when Cena did go to Hollywood, he kept saying like, "Oh, I'm doing this to like grow the business," which obviously he's doing it for his own benefit. But I think it was just done a different way. Plus, it was a different time. Social media wasn't a thing when The Rock left. It was when Cena left. There's different variables.
So The Rock left to go get cigarettes and never came back when the kid was 2. And John Cena left to get cigarettes and never came back when the kid was 12. It's still the same thing.
Yeah.
They both left us, Joey.
Yeah.
Stop defending it.
I get it.
I'll never defend it unless Roman leaves. If Roman leaves for Hollywood, I'll be like, well, it's okay, but like, but no, I get it. And, like the surprising thing is that I actually think, unpopular opinion, that John Cena has a lot more range as an actor than The Rock does. The Rock plays the exact same guy in every freaking movie. The range that we have seen from Cena has been shockingly a delight. Like, I like him. I'm like, I see him play all these different roles, all these different characters, and he just owns it. And you believe it. And like, a lot of times when I'm watching The Rock, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm watching The Rock in a movie. John Cena, you forget that he's John Cena and you buy into the character that he's playing. But, to wrestling's defense, these guys are acting for, like, John Cena acted for 20 years. You know what I mean? Like, what they do is acting. But to me, it's still the same concept. You left and you said that you would never leave, blah, blah, blah. And I just think, like, you can't tell. Shout out to Bad Bunny, because the name of his new album, if you translate it, is "You don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow," right? So you can cut a promo at that moment thinking, "Oh no, this is my home. I'm never leaving."
Yeah.
And then the body starts hurting, and then you start getting older, right? Like, I see where you at some point you gotta find a backup, right? Because it's like, am I gonna be in wrestling forever? Which John Cena could. He could be a coach. He could be a manager. He could do whatever he wanted if he wanted to stay wrestling forever. But when you have that much talent, and I feel like John Cena is the kind of guy that when he says, I'm going to do something, he's going to succeed at it, because that's just the motto. It's his motto, right? But to me, it's still the same concept. You still left. And it is a little bit hypocritical, the things that you said to The Rock. But to defend John Cena, when he told these things to The Rock, he didn't know what was going to happen in the future, and he wasn't planning on leaving WWE anytime soon. So how are we going to compare these things then to now? Like, it doesn't make sense that we're still asking him about it. Like, if you think about it, when was WrestleMania 29? Like, in 28? Like, we're talking like years ago, right? Like, we just Shane McMahon came back at 32 and his son is all grown up sitting ringside now. And like, oh my God, that I felt old too. I remember him coming up with this little kids at WrestleMania 32, and now this kid is in college.
Do you remember WrestleMania 20 where it started and they were holding the baby? Oh, East is gone. She'll be back. But at WrestleMania 20, let me see if I go here. Yes. So at WrestleMania 20, where it all begins again, they started the show with Vince McMahon holding the baby, Shane McMahon's son. Now, all these years later, we're going to WrestleMania 40, which to me is completely insane. It makes you feel old. I'm not sure what it is, but she's back. The queen is back.
I'm sorry. I'm back. I apologize. I told you guys, technical difficulties, but we're going to make it through this show. What were you saying? You said, do you remember?
So at WrestleMania 20, the theme was where it all begins again. And when they started, the first shot that they did in like the opening package was Vince McMahon holding his grandson, with Shane McMahon like presenting, we have a new child in the family.
Yeah.
And that we're going on WrestleMania 40.
Yeah.
And this
it makes you wonder, because
player.
I think that Triple H and Stephanie's they have old daughters and Shane has old sons, but I think those girls are actually older too. Like I mean, I see
like
pictures
teenagers.
like they're big. So it's crazy. But yeah, I mean, not to defend John Cena, but when he cut that promo back in that storyline, like Ricky saying in the chat 10 years ago, he didn't know what he was gonna do.
Of course.
And you had to. That was the biggest match that they could do. and the storyline was served in a silver platter for John
Yeah.
Cena. If I had the opportunity to ask John Cena a question, I wouldn't ask him about that, because to me it's like 10 years ago, things
It's
have
already
changed.
passed.
Everything has changed. Like
Yeah.
I am more concerned about how much he stressed the fact that this is not that he don't know how much longer he can do this.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy to me. That's like a lot of people's superheroes. He's not my
Yeah.
superhero, but I know my nephew grew up idolizing him. My nephew's
Yeah.
25, still marks out when he sees him. So it's like, that's crazy, the thought of John Cena retiring this early, and
Yeah.
for him to
Crazy.
admit, hey, my body can't hold on to this anymore. But I just don't think I like that the story mainstream, but
Yeah.
I just don't think that it's just something that needs to be talked about. They both left. It's okay.
So I have a question for you regarding this topic. Obviously, it says John Cena violated Dwayne the Rock Johnson's trust during their feud, and that John Cena apologized to the Rock for all that stuff. That's what Cena said during the press conference. I don't know if you caught it later on though, when Triple H came out and kind of spoke on it. He flat out said he doesn't think that anything needed an apology. He didn't think that John Cena needed to give an apology.
He doesn't.
So that was kind of my point. What do you think? Like, seeing John Cena say, "Oh, I owe him an apology for how I acted," and Triple H coming out and saying like he didn't owe him anything. Like, it is what it is. It happened at that time. That's what was going on.
There's a big truck backing out outside. If you guys can hear that, I apologize.
And
I don't think John Cena owes anybody any apology. This was a scripted show. This is a scripted storyline. These two guys talked about this before they went out there and did it. And look, I might not be the biggest John Cena fan, but if there's somebody that has sacrificed so much and has like really made wrestling important and mainstream and this and that, John Cena has to be out there with the name of recognition that a lot of stars today will kill to have. Like, there's some names that you say and people be like, oh yeah, I know who that is, whether you watch wrestling or not. John Cena's one of those people. He doesn't have to apologize to absolutely nobody.
Yeah, I think he apologized for the public opinion, because everyone criticized him. Oh, you did exactly what The Rock did. You're a hypocrite, just like we're talking about. So I think he apologized just to apologize, if that makes sense.
Yeah, but he didn't need to, and I agree with Triple H on that.
Yeah, but speaking of apology, maybe this person that we're going to talk about next is going to owe his fans an apology. I don't think you're going to think so, because I think Bad Bunny fooled his fans. He fooled his fans.
He didn't fool nobody.
This man wearing a wig.
He didn't fool nobody.
Is this a real thing? You send that to me, and that
out of all
the topics we have today, besides maybe one other one, this is the one that I was like, what?
So listen, let me take you to Bad Bunny 101, okay?
Do it.
Short hair, shave head Bad Bunny. He sings trap rap, okay? And we have all been dying for it. Ever since he grew the hair, he started singing a little more softer, more romantic things. Right. Yeah. So a lot of people have been begging for that Bad Bunny to come back. And he filmed this video that, by the way, I think he reached 50 million views on Instagram already last time I looked. Like,
crazy.
He's doing Mr. Beast number over there. But so he filmed this a few months ago. Obviously, I talked about the marketing genius that he is, because once he finally said the date, I started putting the hints together. As a matter of fact, sorry, I'm going off topic, but I tweeted it when he showed up at the Royal Rumble. He had a shirt with two little dolphins
13.
on it.
I saw your tweet.
And then the dolphins were in the cover of his video. So I tweeted the night after Backlash. I said that 13 means something. Like, there's no way he's gonna come out there. Everything that Bad Bunny does has a purpose, and this guy is so like ahead of his time. And like the Spotify 1 billion video that they did with him, he's eating a cake. The cake says 13. He once tweeted he was only gonna tweet 10 tweets this year, 10, 13. Like, he's been giving us so many hints, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
The whole point is, if you see him walking around with a shaved head, hey, relax. you're gonna know that he shaved his head and it's gonna
Yeah.
ruin the part that made every Bad Bunny fan scream when he shows up in that video with his head shaved, because we know what we're getting. We're getting what we've
Yeah.
been waiting for. And so he hired a very professional hair peacemaker. And I noticed, because Bad Bunny always wore a scarf, but he would always wear it around his mouth. Okay, this is why I
Yeah.
say he didn't fool nobody. He started a couple of months ago. He starts wearing the scarf around his head,
I
and I'm
saw
like,
that. And I was
I'm like,
I didn't understand what the thing on like
yeah, I'm like, what are you trying to cover, right?
yeah.
So I noticed that. And then when he showed up at the Billboard Awards, I had a conversation with a friend where she was like, we laughed it off. She was like, it's a freaking wig. And I was like, it's not a wig. Maybe it's just having a bad hair day.
Yeah.
But he's been doing nothing but wearing the backwards
Hat.
LA hat. He always switches hats. So we're over here like Bad Bunny
Uh-huh.
fans are conspiracy theories at the end of the day. But we're all over here wondering, but he was wearing the same hat because that's where the hairpiece was that made
Yeah.
him look like he still has the curls. He didn't. He shaved
Yeah.
his head a couple of months back. This guy has been wearing a hairpiece for months just to keep this reveal of his hair shave concealed.
Kudos to him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Today it was announced that he passed the weekend, and he's now the #3 most sold digital artist in the world.
You know, that makes me really happy. And I'm not even a fan of Bad Bunny. Like, I don't listen to his music or anything like
Oh
that.
yeah, same.
Yeah. But it makes me happy because he is not the average, he's not the typical musician. Like, this is a guy from a genre that people really, were not putting on a pedestal until recently. He broke out
The
and
world,
now is
the world.
mainstream.
We've been putting this guy on a pedestal since like 2017.
Yeah.
But I I I would have never guessed that he was gonna accomplish the thing that he's accomplished.
It's
Like even just
insane.
to see him in that Gucci ad that he was speaking on
Yeah.
a Ford's 30 under 30 event yesterday. Like, it's incredible the
Yeah.
things that he's accomplished, and he said it during his VMA speech when he accepted his VMA in the middle of his
Yeah.
concert because he's a G like that. But he said, I never had to change who I am. I didn't have to change my language. I didn't have to change, like, I could show where I'm from.
Yep.
And like that really goes to show you. And I think that it's gonna be, because the last album was crazy, the numbers that album did.
Yeah.
And I have a feeling that he might surpass it with this one.
Yeah.
And it's really funny because I was like, how do you follow up perfection? I told you, I find his last album an unskippable album. Like, it's really good. And I mean, just the shaved head gives me the vibes that there's going to be a complete different sound and vibe to it. But I
Yeah.
mean, I said how is he going to follow up that after almost every album that he's had? And he just like completely proves us all wrong. And I told you, like, just like the way that he does things, the way that he's marketing himself, this whole like giving hints the entire time, and then you get to put them together and go, oh, like it's fun. It's
Yeah.
fun to follow Bad Bunny's career.
I don't know if you can see on my end, my screen just froze.
You are completely frozen. You might want to refresh. I can keep talking about Bad Bunny while you refresh.
Yeah. Keep talking
Okay.
about Bad Bunny. Let's refresh.
I keep talking about Bad Bunny. You guys, he is like a marketing genius. The way that he announced the last album was completely different. Hello, Roman. I personally thought that he was doing the hints. I knew the shirt, a backlash, was a hint at something. I was like, that 13 has got to mean something, because of the dolphins on the shirt that he wore at the Royal Rumble. I think it's funny that he always drops the first hints to his new albums when he shows up to wrestle. Pops me, because I'm a big wrestling nerd. But yeah, he said he was only gonna tweet 10 tweets in 2023. He wore the number 13. We saw him eat the cake number 13. The song that he dropped last week, 2 weeks ago, is called Preview, which was a preview. That song is on this album. So the thing that now Bad Bunny fans are speculating is that it's the last song on the album. And on the beginning of the song, he says, hey, this is just a preview of what's coming next. So we don't even know if he's talking about maybe a follow-up album. But the cool thing about this one is that people are saying that it's going to have 10 songs that are gonna be like trap, reggaeton, rap, and then there's gonna be a different side. Like the last album had a side A and a side B, and they're trying to say side A is gonna be old trap rap, old school Bad Bunny, what we're all been wanting, and then they said the other side is gonna be the Benito side, where he sings the kind of music that he likes. Kind of like the song Where She Goes. He dropped that earlier this year. It was in the Pepsi commercial. That's like the Benito style. So I can't wait to listen to this album. It's scheduled to come out on the 13th, but the the hairpiece popped me. You're back. I talked about Bad Bunny the entire time.
That is fine. I don't know what happened. It may be StreamYard. I don't know if it's...
I don't know. I was having the hardest time logging in earlier, like because I'm always here like 10 minutes early, and I just could not get in.
It might be StreamYard because my it wasn't my internet. It was just this browser. So I closed it out. I had to reopen it, and everything was working. And now
StreamYard's been glitching bad lately. Yesterday I couldn't see my YouTube chat, which is my busiest chats. I go live in multiple platforms, but my busiest chat is YouTube. And I couldn't see the YouTube chat, and that is like panic mode for me, because that is obviously the chat that is the most active in my streams. I had to like open the YouTube window just to like see the chat, but then you can't highlight super chats. Like, I don't know. I personally feel like a lot of people are finding StreamYard because it's such a user-friendly platform. I give them props. It's such a good platform for multi-people streaming. It's so easy. You send a link. But I personally think that a lot of people are now finding StreamYard and using StreamYard, and I don't know if their platform is able to hold the capacity that they might be, getting to, because they're getting very, very popular. I'm in the process of learning OBS just so that I can have a backup option, because I like StreamYard doesn't show me, for example, if we get a new channel member. And that to me is like one of the most important things, and I would like to highlight it. It doesn't show me somebody gives a membership, for example, and like I think there are certain things that you want to like reward your viewers and show them. And I know OBS you can set up alerts for certain things and all that.
OBS is more advanced, I think.
But it seems very intimidating. I found out that it's not as intimidating as it looks, but when you want to start doing fancy things, because I do want to start doing fancy things, Exhibit A, I want to have the Moxley blood timer.
Only you.
Anyway, but
the Moxley blood timer.
The whole point is that there's a StreamYard. I have a Stream Deck. StreamYard doesn't allow me to use it, which drives me crazy, because it's just sitting there. Like, how many additional features I could have if I could use it. So we're gonna learn OBS just in case we gotta switch platforms.
That's fine. I mean, if you want, I could show you things. I use OBS. That's like my go-to. So,
I might be like getting on FaceTime lessons with you.
But while we're here, let's finish all these topics. Is there anything else you want to add to Bad Bunny? Because I know
Bad Bunny is great, and the album is gonna kick so much major booty. And I'm already spamming your timelines with all the Bad Bunny content, and the album is not even out. You guys are not ready for how I'm going to behave this Friday. Roman Reigns coming back, Bad Bunny dropping an album. I'm gonna be the most annoying person on social media.
Honestly, I'm here for it. I don't have a problem with it. Not at all. The next topic I think is hysterical. Brody Jenner is in the headlines.
Hysterical, you say?
Yeah. He is he's drinking breast milk, ladies and gentlemen. Breast milk latte with his fiance. I got nothing. Seen it all.
His fiance recently had a baby, and this man is just going on social media talking about how he's using her breast milk for his teas.
He's posting pictures, and they're like doing all this stuff together. And
would you do that, Joey? Would you put breast milk on your coffee?
No. My coffee is my sacred time. When I have my coffee, that's my time, while the world waits for me to step into it.
Right.
So my coffee needs to be perfect, because if it's not perfect, then we ain't going to have that great of a day.
I just saw the headline. I was like, this is the most ridiculous. I didn't even read the article. I was like, just reading the headline is enough to be a conversation starter. Like, not even like, it's almost like, I know we talked about this recently. Like Mila Kunis, how she went on interview, like she went out and said that she doesn't shower or bathe every day. And I'm like, first of all, no, like don't drink breast milk, shower every day. But even if you choose to, right? Because do you?
Yeah.
Why would you share it? Why would you post that? Like, what are you getting out of that? And then they get mad if people react a certain kind of way.
Yeah. Listen, we should know better with this Jenner Kardashian mix. We know there's stuff going on at all times.
Yeah.
Maybe it's they're promoting some new push line of breast milk stuff. I don't know.
I just think the conversation to be had here is don't drink breast milk with your tea or coffee, but also when do you stop sharing on social media? Because I think like no. Like, how much do you have to share of your, especially these people that are public figures? It's like,
it's a lot.
I'm like, I don't need to know all of this. Like, I just don't. You know what I mean?
You want to post a picture drinking your coffee, making your do whatever you gotta do. I don't need to know what's in your coffee.
You're gonna be squeezing the titty in the freaking picture. Titty Tuesday.
Oh, I love that. I love that. Oh man.
You said it. That's how he's gonna post his picture because people. I just wish there was some kind of like an app or a filter that would say like, "Are you sure you want to post this? Are you sure you want to tweet that out?" Like there has to be something that says. Or if you no, I don't think that people ask themselves, "Are you sure you want to do?" No, like people they just tweet it and they're like, "Oh, it's gonna go viral." It's like stop for the clicks. It's just not worth it to give that much information about your private life. Like keep something to yourselves. Like there's people that are there's no mystery to anyone anymore on social media. You know what I mean?
So it's funny that you mentioned that because Twitter or now Elon Musk's X is what we call it.
Yeah.
When you sign up for the premium account and you get the little blue check mark and all that stuff.
Not doing that.
When you send a tweet, right? It gives you 60 seconds to rethink your like posting. And you can either skip it or let it do the full 60 seconds to post. And it's kind of like a are you sure you want to tweet that?
I actually kind of like that. But that
and
is
unfortunately a lot of people who should use it don't use it, as like what we saw when you signed off of your live last night. Certain people in the wrestling industry tweeting when they really should not.
Is he okay? Is he okay?
Did you see today's tweet?
I have him muted.
Oh man,
it was so funny because it was so exposed on my live last night because somebody texted me and they were like, "Oh, by the way, like look what he just tweeted." And I'm like, "Oh, I didn't see that." And I'm like, I was like, "Oh yeah," I was like, I have him muted. Like people think I'm kidding when I said I have like 80-90% of wrestling Twitter muted. I really do, except for Roman Reigns.
Today he came for blood. I can tell you that.
Let me go look.
He shout out to Nick Hausman for posting all good content regarding the Tuesday Night War.
How old is this man? Somebody come get their child. Somebody come get her. She's dancing like a stripper. What?
I had a theory. You just went into full karaoke mode. Wow. I had a theory. I have a feeling that he's not the one tweeting. I have a feeling that someone is doing this for him.
No, that's him.
To promote this crazy culture to bring people in.
It's him, Joey. Stop it.
All right.
Listen, I will let you defend John Cena, but don't.
I'm the last person to defend that company and that guy. So
that's how you really feel, Joey?
Yeah. You don't want to know how I feel.
We're going live right after here on my channel. We're talk all the shit.
Well, look one of the last videos I posted on my channel. Why this company is the new WCW. 20 minutes rant.
I haven't seen it yet. I need to go find out. Man, my recommended. Listen, this happened to me the other night. I
Yeah.
fell asleep watching YouTube, and I have the autoplay on. It
Yeah.
completely screwed up my algorithm. Like now, now
Ah,
I have to like manually search everybody and like watch
yeah.
them so my algorithm goes back to normal because the autoplay saying,
Yeah.
"Oh, she watched this, so she likes it." You know what I mean? So now it's giving me all kinds of random things. I don't know what
Yeah.
that thing was playing. I just remember waking up and going, I didn't watch that. Like
You know,
my recommended is a mess, and I rely on my recommended a lot. Like I
yeah.
barely ever go into my subscription box because typically my
No.
YouTube algorithm is on point and it recommends me the people that I want to watch, and it'll throw in there something that I didn't know I needed. Like
No.
YouTube is getting very good, but I take full blame for my algorithm and YouTube being screwed up by falling asleep with the autoplay on.
It happens. You'll get it back. Just give it a
Yeah,
few
I'll get
weeks.
it back. It's just gonna take me a day or two because I spend more time on YouTube than I do anywhere else. So
Yeah. But let's jump into this last topic that we have here.
yes.
Michael Jackson, nothing that he did.
I'm sorry.
You sure you didn't have coffee today?
I didn't. I did, but you know what? They gave me this new medication that's supposed to help with my energy. I think it's working.
It is working, girl. It's working for you. Keep doing it.
Yeah, but it's giving me insomnia.
Oh, okay then. Yeah. So like it's giving you energy, but it's also making you crazy for staying up at night. So it's combining the two.
Yeah, it's screwing up my. I think I just have to adjust the time that I take it.
Yeah. Well, Michael Jackson's Pepsi ad jacket is up for auction.
Is it on fire? Does he have burn marks? Come on! You have to ask that. He caught on fire during that commercial.
I know. I don't know if it does. Let's see.
Oh my God, imagine if it did.
Yeah, it says in 1984. No, it's not the infamous. Oh, so it says we're talking about the black and white leather jacket Michael Jackson wore during one of his Pepsi generation ads in 1984. No, it's not the infamous one where he burned himself on set. It's one where he's dancing in the streets with a bunch of kids and others.
Nah. If I'm gonna pay what this person paid for the jacket, I want the well done one.
The Cajun one?
Yeah.
What is it? $500,000.
$500,000.
Do you feel him, sir?
We just said the same. I love it. I love you, Joey.
That's a house. That's houses. What are we doing? Maybe not in this housing market, houses, but maybe just one house. But still, 500,000 for a jacket.
Listen.
And it's not even Taylor Swift. I'm kidding.
Hey.
Oh, listen, you're like Taylor Swift now. She stays up too late.
I do not.
No?
I do not. No, it's not that deep.
I'm gonna get you one day with Taylor Swift, and you're gonna laugh. I don't know when it's gonna happen, but it's gonna happen.
Okay.
But no, this jacket is ridiculous. Like we've had different topics like this on the show before, where we talk about products being auctioned off from different celebrities. I personally am not one to buy. Like I would never want to buy these things. I
think it's an investment too. I think you can sell this 20 years from now.
Yeah.
And probably double your money.
Yeah.
I just think you have to be like filthy rich to like really buy these things. So you're buying it as an investment or whether you're buying it to flex. I just think you have to be at that level of I have money to throw away.
Yeah. It's crazy. Listen, don't get me wrong. They're cool. Like I think it's cool to have memorabilia. We've talked about like how I have like replica belts and different things like that. Like it's cool to have memorabilia. And if this is someone you were like, maybe, you know, you were close to this person at one point and you want those memories or whatever, or you're just like the number one fan and you have the money to have these things. Like I get it, but like, where do you put it?
I've never been big on kind of items like that. I'm more big on the pictures. I like taking pictures with people that I admire, people that I look up to, or people that I just love. Like even like when we go to like media events, I'm like, oh my God, let me see if I can outside of the interview if I can get a picture with this wrestler, because I prefer the pictures. I think the pictures are that I'm more of a take a picture with the person kind of, if you can, and respectfully, don't get your phone thrown across the room like Bad Bunny did to that
Yeah.
fan. But yeah, I am very very big on, if the person is there and if it's a possibility, take the picture, because you never know, and those pictures are
Yeah.
memories that you get
Yeah.
to have of, of a moment that was awesome. So yeah, like that's what I prefer. Even when I go to meet and greets, I'm not even big on the autograph. Like I pay for a couple of the meet and greets to meet Roman, like back in the day when he was still
Yeah.
doing the access meetings. And they were like, "Oh, did you bring something to sign?" I'm like, "No, they give you the default pictures that they have to sign." Well, one time he signed my shirt, the one that I was wearing. Anyways, I got the video. I got the video. Anyways, but like I was like, no, I don't care what he signs. I just want to meet him and take a picture with him, you know?
Yeah. No, I get it. I get it because, like, for example, you brought up when we went to the wrestling event, and like for SummerSlam, I ran out of time. I wasn't able to interview Gunther, right? But I did grab him for a picture, and now I can, like, we have a picture of him. He's holding the Intercontinental Championship, and now I can say I have a picture with the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion of all time.
I was thinking that. I was like talking to my stream recently, and I was like, oh my God, he's like top 3, like if not the best right now. And it's really cool to have a picture with him holding it during that
Exactly.
incredible reign. Like
Yeah.
I'm big on pictures.
Yeah.
Like
Me too.
it just shows a moment that you lived and you get to hold it like in time. Like I'm a big fan of the fact that we can take pictures anytime now. It's on the palm of our hands.
Yep.
Like some people don't know the struggle. We had to like go and develop them, and an hour later, like half of the pictures wouldn't be any good. But
Yeah.
those were back in the days. Now we have cameras everywhere, and I love that. I love
Yeah.
capturing certain moments. Just don't post them all on social media,
Yeah.
like the
Like
breast
drinking
milk
your,
stuff.
yeah. I get it. I get it. But Isa, anything new you watched this week? Any new shows?
Yes,
Get
I
into it.
watched Saw X.
Oh, I saw you went, and your review, by the way, was fantastic.
Thank you. I loved it. I think it's worth the money. I think it's worth seeing at the theater. And I am making a video. I finally finished. I did my rewatch of all the Saw movies, including Jigsaw and Spiral. So I'm
Yes.
gonna have every October I've been putting out a series ranking my favorites from like a long franchise. Last year I did
Yeah.
Halloween. This year Saw's turn. So you'll see how high up Saw X actually ranks in my ratings. I loved it. I also
Yeah.
saw the new Exorcist.
I don't know how I feel. I don't know. I was never,
It's so
honestly,
bad.
I was never a fan of the Exorcist movies.
Exorcist is my favorite horror
Like
movie
the
of all
first
time.
one.
Yeah,
But
it's the
like,
best movie ever made.
I don't know. Like they kind of like it kind of steered away from, like, I don't know.
I grew up in a Catholic household, so I personally feel like my obsession with that movie started from the fact that my mom just wouldn't let me watch it. So
Yeah.
since I was little, there was always
Oh,
that
you little
curiosity of
rebel,
how
you.
bad is this movie that I can't watch it, So sneaking around to try to watch it started my obsession with the movie. But it's
Yeah.
it's my favorite horror movie of all time, and it's probably up there with my favorite movies of all time.
Yeah.
And I personally said to a lot of people that this felt like a cash grab to me, like bringing like legacy characters into an Exorcist movie makes no sense. A demon possessed, the demon is out, we move on. Like it doesn't make
Yeah.
any sense to bring people back. And I gotta tell you something. I thought we had a good movie in our hands until they insert this legacy character in the middle of the movie, and you know that it's forced just to put her in the trailer,
Yeah.
just for the cash grab. And oh my God, we got a
We
super
have.
chat, Joey!
Look at that. Look at that.
Yay! And that's one of my MVPs, by the way. Ricky's a
Ricky.
real one over in my channel too.
Yes, yes. Great show, Issa and Joey. Thank you, Ricky. We really appreciate that. We try. Issa says it all the time. When we do this show, it's like our breath of fresh air away from the day-to-day stuff, away from wrestling. So we both look forward to talking with each other and then also talking with you guys. So I love our typically 1 hour show.
Yeah, we appreciate all the love. Thank you for the. I love talking about other things. We always, but I love talking about other subjects.
Yeah, we always get into like other
Can you
stuff.
hear me? I think you're a little frozen. You're a little frozen, Joey. What's
Yeah.
going on?
Yeah, I can. You're going in and
Now
out a
you're
little
good.
bit. I'm good. Yeah, you're going in and out a little bit,
Yeah.
but I can still hear you, so we're good. Yeah, like
Okay, good.
we always jump into different things on this show. Like, yeah, we're pop culture, wacky, weird things. Oh, she's out. She'll be back. We always talk about like the topics that we see in Hollywood or TMZ, whatever it may be. But we end up getting back like to real life stuff, and we tie it all together. And it's like a fun show. I don't know. It's different being on the show than being a viewer, but like the stuff that we talk about are things that like we both would want to watch or see outside of the show. So it really is authentic Issa and Joey talking about Hollywood pop culture stuff, but also real life stuff and what we're going through and what we have going on, tying it all together into a big bow that says TLR.
Exactly. I couldn't explain it better. That was beautifully said. But don't spend your money watching The Exorcist on theaters, my opinion. Like wait for a streaming service. So X, worth every penny. I will see it again in the theaters. That's how good I found it. But I thought you'd be proud of me because I never watch anything because I'm always so busy. But I brought 2 movies that are still in theaters this week. Well, it's spooky. It's spooky season. You know, I'm a big horror movie geek, and October is my month.
I miss, and I've said it before, it doesn't feel the same spooky season without a new Halloween movie. I got spoiled.
You know what? That's okay. We got Saw.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back and watch all the other ones. You know what show I started watching this week? Because I was in need of a new show, and I'm like, I don't know. I finished Bloodline. I was like, what do I need? So I went on to an app I never use, but I pay for. Apple TV Plus, Apple TV, Apple.
I just canceled mine. I just canceled mine. I was like, why am I paying for this? I never used it. Yep, same.
So I started watching the show. It's called The Morning Show with Jennifer Aniston, Reese Witherspoon, Steve Carell.
The only good thing they made, basically. It's the only one that I remember hearing is an Apple exclusive one that I actually heard of.
Well, there's a new season out. Season 3 is out now. So I started watching it, and it's a really good, dramatic, like, I like it. I'm enjoying it.
They should make a TV show about weather news.
They should make a YouTube channel about weather news.
Oh no, Mr. Weatherman, that's my dude.
Yeah.
You feel me? But
do you feel her, sir?
Mr. Weatherman, like
do you feel her?
I personally think that YouTube weather guys are better than watching the weather on the news. And Mr. Weatherman, he's my dude because he goes like island by island in the Caribbean. Like he knows his target market, and I absolutely love that about him. Because like if I sit down and watch the Weather Channel, the normal news, like they'll be showing everything in the United States. Like I it's hurricane season. I would like to know what we're dealing with here, you know? And this guy always. So yeah, the YouTube, I watch a lot of like my weather news. I get them from YouTube exclusively, and the alert that pops up on my phone every day that says I have a heat advisory for the last 5 fucking months. Yeah. Sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. See, you really get into it. We're real. We're here. TLR and TLR TMI. It's fine. It's fine. But Issa, before we go, let the people know what you'll be doing tonight. Are you going to be streaming tonight?
Yeah, we're streaming. I'm going to try to have both shows, one in the other, iPad, phone. I don't know how we're going to pull this off, but I'm going to try to watch both shows. I actually find that interesting to see because we went through this during the Wednesday night. You know, we did have both shows for a while, and I always found that interesting to see which show will catch your attention. You know, like I think it's fun. But yeah, if you guys want to like get into it, we're going to be watching that over on my channel, NYC Demon Diva.
I'll stop in there, say hi to you, and say what's going on with the chat. I think I'm going to be watching only one show tonight. The other one I'll have on DVR. I'll watch it at another time.
I don't know. I'm excited for Danielson and Swerve. I think that's going to be a great match.
Yeah. It's just, honestly, it's hard for me to really like enjoy the wrestling when I'm like back and forth. You can't really get into it when you're watching multiple things, and there's just too many things going on at one time. And
I was thinking if Tony Khan was smarter, I would have done the second half hour commercial free. That way, when NXT goes to commercial, people will tune into AEW and they wouldn't change the channel there because there's no commercial. You know, just like little things, the little things.
I have another theory too. You saw the tweet about Triple H and Shawn Michaels saying that there's no way they can compete with what they're going to start off with. Maybe that was said in order for Tony Khan to use his best things for the beginning. And we're just going to start off with like some random thing on NXT. Von Wagner returns. And then they save the best for last.
Baron Corbin should open NXT tonight.
Rides down on his motorcycle and has a segment with The Undertaker.
Hit The Undertaker.
They have a bike off. Who can get around the ring quicker?
With the End of Days. He's going to hit John Cena with the End of Days. He's going to hit Paul Heyman with the End of Days. Cody Rhodes, End of Days. That's how I will book NXT. Everybody is an End of Days tonight.
Yeah. And then it ends with Booker T getting End of Days. And he's like, oh,
I never know what he's saying, ever.
Did you see on the pre-show for Fastlane, Wade Barrett and Booker T competing for Chick Williams' theme song?
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah. Yeah. It is what it is. We're gonna tonight is honestly it's for all the fans who for over so many years talk about how the Attitude Era is the greatest era of all time. We talk about the things that happened in history that were so great and that made it what it is today. This new generation can experience something very similar with what we have going on tonight. And I think I think it's exciting. I think it's monumental. Some people probably shouldn't be tweeting as much, but because honestly, that's the stuff that ruins it. Like when you are saying,
well, yeah, I said that. Like I like the petty competition. I like it NXT just saying, hey, we're gonna have this person and this person, and then you said, oh, we're gonna have Edge first match and this, and that's the way to do the competition. When it's a little bit petty, but it's not getting like hokey. I don't like drama.
Yeah.
Like I'm just too old for drama.
Yeah, it's too much when you're like you're a leader of an organization and like you're going at fans for like voicing their opinion, or you're attacking other people for the way that they look, saying, people who are bald, that maybe they're self-conscious about that. You know what I mean? Who knows?
Yeah, we live in a different time. Also, fans need to stop the stupidity of commenting. I'm not watching it, so don't watch it. Why comment under his post that it's just so silly?
Yeah, I get a little into it sometimes. I'm not gonna lie, but it is what it is.
I always said Twitter for me is just a space where I publicly talk to myself.
Yeah.
I just tweet things. Like if you ever pay attention to what I'm tweeting, you see that I'm literally just talking to myself. You feel me?
That's fine. Chat. Do you feel her? But let's wrap this show up today. I think that we had an amazing show as always. Thank you, Ricky, for the $10 super chat.
Thank you.
The growth on this show has been amazing. We're almost at 50. This is episode 49.
Oh my God.
We are on 50. We're 50 next week. Yeet. I don't know. I love doing this show. I love talking with you, Issa. We have so much fun. And then the chat is also so much fun because we talk about so many, we do have those serious topics, but we also have, the fun and wacky stuff, which is what TLR is all about. And our chat comes along for the ride, and they really are. This is like the most serious, unserious show that they have on this network.
And the chat, a lot of the names that I see them every night over on my channel too. So I know they're extremely unserious people, because if you enjoy my content, you're unserious.
Yeah, see, Joseph said it. He likes hanging out in here and talking stupid stuff with Joey and Issa. It's a fun escape from wrestling. That's honestly, if we can make this a fun escape from wrestling for wrestling content creators, it is what it is. You're muted. I don't think we can hear you.
Oh, I was gonna say that you're gonna leave here today so happy thinking about Titty Tuesday.
Yeah, it's Titty Tuesday, and then I'm gonna go celebrate Taco Tuesday.
Hey.
But again, thank you, chat, for always being involved. Your super chats today and hyping Issa and I up every week on this show. It's amazing. And on that note, anything else left to say, Issa?
I'm done.
Done. Well, on that note, we'll leave you with this. Yeet.